Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today? So, guys, I've had a lot of complaints about the mic position. So, I don't know if I need a better mic because it seems like I move around a lot. As you guys know, during these streams, I like to be limber and just mobile. I don't want to be in one place. And apparently that's really annoying because it sounds like I am in and out volume wise on the stream. So I've got the mic very much positioned right in front of my mouth right now. I'm going to do my best to speak directly into it as opposed to doing my usual fucking this and all my fucking weird shit that I do. But if there's a better mic where I don't have to have the thing right in my fucking face, and it can just sit on my desk, maybe, perhaps that is better. I don't know. You guys can let me know. But yeah, for now, I'm going to just try and stay still and speak into the mic directly. What's up, Phil? Good seeing you this weekend, brother. Yeah, I changed it to the 360 setting. So hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, cool. Well, the stash still dusty as ever. Um, but yeah, guys, I mean, as you know, obviously, free money Mayne hats. If you want to buy one, let me know. What's up, Elijah? How you doing, bro? Cool. So let's just kind of get right into it. I'm gonna go over the charts. Obviously, you guys know I was away for a few days. We had our classic. I went out of town. Markets get volatile. So I left town on the 14th. So I went out of town, and then I came back into town. So we had a nice little up and down, or down and up, during my time away. But we're kind of sitting right back at this level. So as you guys know, if you're in the Haven, you know the hedge I took, or if you're in the Telegram, but I posted it on Twitter as well. I kind of said, hey, I'm hedging this area. I'm unsure if we're kind of making a lower high here, or if we are just this is just going to be the higher low for this leg. But I didn't want to really stress while I was away. I want to enjoy the trip. I was obviously there for the karate combat fight and pandemonium. So I'm hanging out with the pandas. You can see in the background, hanging out with the pandas, partying, having a good time. Got to go to the karate combat fight as well and live stream that fight, which was a ton of fun. Obviously, it's always fun meeting a lot of you guys. Everyone I meet is always super chill, super nice, which is great. And some of y'all are, very appreciative of the stuff that I do and let me know, and that makes me feel good, obviously, as well. But yeah, price wise, not a ton has happened. We had a dump, then we had a pump. Everyone thought we were going back up. Really, and I kind of posted this. I said, I think the fun is, in the altcoin realm right now. Because, Bitcoin, every time it dumps, altcoins get smoked, right? And every time it bounces back, we see altcoins bounce like crazy. So if you look at the price of the strongest altcoins right here, okay, so back in December 7th. So let's go look at December 7th prices for some of the strong coins. And what you're going to notice is on December 7th, these coins were here, okay? Then this dump happened. Those coins went like this. Then this pump happened. We made a lower high on Bitcoin, but a bunch of these alts made higher highs. Then this dump happened. Higher low. Another pump, another lower high, and these alts are in an uptrend. So effectively what you're seeing is the really strong altcoins, while Bitcoin is kind of, going sideways a little bit, altcoins are in an uptrend. Now, what does that mean? It can be interpreted a lot of ways. It can be interpreted in terms of where we are within the rally. It could be interpreted in just relative strength of certain assets. It could be interpreted in, Bitcoin itself. Is it getting a little bit weaker? There's a lot that we can look at. But in my opinion, right now, if you're day trading, and I made a post about this last week, right? If you're day trading, the markets to be playing right now, in my opinion, are the altcoin markets, because, Bitcoin, maybe it is, this is a what? This was a decent dump, 10%, right? Then a, 9% pump. And then this was a 6 or 7% dump. And then this is a, 6 or 7% pump. But a lot of these altcoins are going up 20%, pulling back 15%, going up another 20%. So the volatility right now is in those altcoin markets, in my opinion. So if you're a day trader, if you're actively trading, I think that's where you want to be spending your time. And it can be on the long and short side, because when Bitcoin does pull back, these altcoins are dumping pretty hard, but the strong ones are recovering, very aggressively and oftentimes making new highs. So I'm going to demonstrate what I just explained to you there. So we have the Friday, December 8th as the high. Okay. Let's go look at one of the strongest coins in the market here, INJ. Here is Friday, December 8th. Okay. So Bitcoin, this will be, I was going to draw it, but I literally have a tool for this. Just look at the charts next to each other. Okay. So we'll look at the 12-hour, right? So you can see here pretty clearly. And so you can see my cursor will be at the same date on both charts, right? So you can see here, look at where Bitcoin is and look where INJ is. INJ is at $16. Okay, $16 when Bitcoin made its high. Bitcoin then pulled back 10%. INJ pulled back even more, 20%. Bitcoin then bounced 8%. Here's where the next high is on the 13th. From there to there, INJ is up a 2x basically. Okay. Bitcoin pulls back again right here. INJ pulls back even more than Bitcoin, another sharp 15 to 20% pullback. Okay. What happens today when Bitcoin basically rallies back? INJ puts in another 40% rally. So while Bitcoin effectively made a high, a low, a lower high, an equal low, and then another lower high. This is the Bitcoin price action, basically sideways. INJ did this. Right? So in terms of what asset you want to pay attention to, what assets you want to trade, I made a tweet about exactly this. I said, when Bitcoin has these pullbacks, your job is to go find the altcoins that are the most reflexive, that are having the most positive reaction to that Bitcoin sell-off. INJ is a perfect example. Bitcoin has effectively done nothing for the month of December. Okay? Here's the monthly candle on December. Sorry, I lied. I can't say it's done nothing. It has gone up a little. So here's the start of December, right? So we did have this big up move to start the month, but for the last 2 weeks, we've gone sideways. We're in a 10% range. That's it. If I were to eliminate all these drawings here, this is the last 2 weeks on Bitcoin. This is the same 2-week period, okay, on INJ. Which of these assets do you think you want to be trading? right? It's the obvious answer. And Inge is not the only coin who did this. There's other coins that also had a similar effect. Now, TIA been another massively strong coin. Here is the high on Bitcoin. There's the pullback. Bitcoin makes a lower high. TIA makes a new high, right? Now, TIA, maybe it's slowing down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe Inge is slowing down a bit. This is quite parabolic. I mean, this thing is literally, since the start of November, it's up, 200%. But my point is, there's a lot of coins that look like these two that you can be trading instead of just trying to trade Bitcoin back and forth or Ethereum back and forth, right? Let's look at Woo. Someone suggested Woo. Same thing. Here is the high on Bitcoin right here. So Bitcoin makes its high, and that's the high on Bitcoin. Woo is up 100%. Okay, so there's lots of coins that you can be going in and finding. I mean, Solana, still, even though this thing has been rallying like crazy, it still managed to make a slightly higher high. But look at this. This looks a whole lot more like Bitcoin, right? Just kind of going sideways here, right? Whereas Inge, TIA, Woo, right? There's a ton of coins that are just straight up going vertical still. So what does that tell you? It tells you that there's some very strong markets out there that you can be focusing on trading as opposed to, staring and worrying about Bitcoin. What you can do, right? What you can do is you can use Bitcoin as a barometer for when to get into those alts. So if you have a very good read on Bitcoin and you say, hey, like I did, I said, hey, I think Bitcoin is going to pull back here from this level, right? And I gave you all the reason why, right? We had the internal range market structure break, we had the 12-hour breaker, blah, blah, blah. So if you're able to time this move, guess what? That's a good time to short those alts because they're overperforming in both directions, right? If you think Bitcoin's going to bounce here from the range lows, well, instead of longing Bitcoin here, why aren't you longing TIA or Woo or Inge or one of these other coins that are reflexive to the upside, right? So there's a ton of examples of this. That's your job right now, right? So I know that you're always going to feel like, I wrote a tweet about this, like you're always going to feel like you're missing out, right? You got Ansem tweeting out a new meme coin every single day. You got, some other guy or girl tweeting out some coin that they're in that went up 100% and the coin that you're in only went up 30%. Or there's always, everyone was trading on Sol. Now everyone's trading on Inge. Now they're doing BTC inscriptions. Fucking, I don't know. There's always going to be something that is outperforming the thing that you're in all the time. Okay. And having been around for multiple cycles now, something that many of you are probably experiencing is paralysis by analysis. So I'm going to explain what that is, and you tell me in the chat if this is something that you feel like you're suffering from right now in the market. So paralysis by analysis, it's very similar to kind of procrastination in a sense, where there's just so much going on that you're saying, oh my God, this is going, NFTs, Solana chain, meme coins, IDOs and public private sales and fucking this and that you don't do anything. So there's so much going on. You're so overwhelmed that you end up missing all of it. Does that sound familiar? Is that a feeling that many of you are feeling right now? Okay, because I see some of you agreeing here, because trust me, this is a super, super common thing. Okay. And one of the things that makes it worse is Twitter. It is social media, because you have all of these people posting all of this different shit at the same time. But what you need to realize is nobody is catching every single one of these things. It might seem like some person is in every single move. They're not. Just like people make it seem like they're right. Every time price goes up, they were long. Every time it goes down, they were short, right? It's a very, and it makes you feel like you're underperforming and like you're inadequate and you're not doing enough and you're missing stuff. Okay? Don't worry about it. Accept that you're going to get things wrong. Accept that you are going to miss trades. It's part of the process. You are not going to catch every single fucking meme coin and then rotate it perfectly into the next one and then rotate it perfectly into the next one. Because for every meme coin that goes up 1000x that someone was in and you weren't, there's 1,000 of them that got rugged and went to zero. Okay? So don't let yourself get so overstimulated that you don't do anything, because I'm not saying it's okay to miss everything. Now is the time to be locked in. Now is the time to be focused and working hard. I'm not saying you got to be on your computer 24 hours a day, but you definitely need to be putting in some focused work time and positioning yourself and taking advantage of the volatility. We are traders. We are volatility seekers. All we care about, right, is volatility. Whether it's to the upside or downside, that is required for us to make money. You do not make as much money when the market is just going sideways, right? You make the most money when we have massive ups and downs, volatility. Okay? So don't be so overstimulated that you do nothing, but don't allow that overstimulation to get you down and make you feel like you're underperforming, because it doesn't matter what Ansem is doing, what I'm doing, what Rookie's doing, what whoever's doing, okay? It's you versus you. I can tell you every single trade I take, and I can flash a P&L card. I can post these coins that I'm in. That doesn't make you money unless you're actually taking those trades, right? It's you versus you. It's you versus your P&L. Okay? So don't allow that overstimulation to paralyze you, but at the same time, realize that there's so much opportunity going on. You need to be putting in the work, and you need to be finding a few things. One, where those opportunities are. Two, opportunities that you feel comfortable capitalizing on. Okay, so maybe those opportunities are in meme coins. Maybe it's just trading altcoins. Maybe it's doing something else. I don't know. Okay, but it's not about catching every single move. It's not about catching the biggest move, but you need to be taking advantage of this volatility. Okay, and you need to be taking trades and taking shots. Now's the time to start throwing darts and trying to make some money. And you should have been over the last several months since we've been in this uptrend. But don't let the stuff you see on Twitter make you feel like, oh, fuck, I'm missing everything. The bull run's going on without me. And then you don't end up doing shit. Okay? Get your head in the game. There's tons of opportunities out there. If you missed one, so fucking what? There's going to be another one. There was the fucking whatever coin Ansem was shilling. Now there's a new one. Then there's going to be another new one. Okay? So don't worry about it. And maybe meme coins aren't for you. Maybe you don't want to trade on a on-chain meme coin. That's fine. But I just showed you a couple of altcoins that are up 100% in the last 2 weeks. There's money to be made everywhere. You just need to be paying attention and looking for it. And don't allow the fact that there's other people making money different ways. Maybe they're making more, or you're not in some fucking coin, negatively affect you so much that you're not doing shit. Because trust me, I know the feeling of the overstimulation where you've got so many things going on, right, that you end up missing everything. Okay? So yeah, I know this is a feeling a lot of you are feeling, I'm sure. Apparently some of you aren't. Apparently fucking Brendan here and Phil the Flying Frenchman are just giga chads, and J-Dong, they just don't feel shit. No feeling whatsoever. Fair enough. Good for you. All right. Any questions about that, guys? Rico Chico. I don't know when you messaged me, bro, but I'll send the Discord invite in here just so you can have it. There you go, bro. So yeah, just like don't stress, man. Don't stress. It's game time. It's time to pay attention, but you're gonna miss so much shit. Who cares that you missed bonk? Like, it's so easy to look at bonk and be, oh, if I just would have bought it. Look, I mean, I fucking charted bonk down here. Look at when I charted bonk. Down here. Anyone remember this? This was only a few weeks ago. How much is it up since then? Fucking 500% in the 600% since I charted it and said it was going to go up. Guess what? I didn't buy any. I bought zero bonk, even though I analyzed it and I said this looks good. But guess what? Who fucking cares? I'm not in it. I missed it. It fucking happens, right? Anyone can sit here and look at a chart and say, oh man, if I would have just bought this back here, I'd be up so much money. Well, guess what? You fucking didn't, did you? Right? So stop fucking worrying about it. Like that's just like, it's like the number one cope mechanism. If I would have bought this here, I would be up so much money. If you would have bought Bitcoin in 2009, you'd be a billionaire. Or except maybe you won't, because when it was a penny, you probably would have sold it at 2 pennies, right? Like it's such a useless bullshit coping tactic to say I would have done this. No, you probably wouldn't have, because if you were going to do it, you would have done it. You didn't. No use crying over spilt milk, right? It's over. Move on. As soon as you get out of a trade, right, you have no business with what happens next. It doesn't matter if you would have held it longer, you would have made a little bit more money. It's over. Move on to the next one. Same thing goes for these fucking altcoins. You will always be able to go find something and say, I should have just done this. I should have just done this. But you didn't do it, did you? So move the fuck on. Get over it. Andre said, I literally bought bonk because of you. Hey, Andre. Where's my tip? Give me some fucking money. You know how many DMs I get from you guys saying, oh my God, you made me so much money. Thank you so much. You're the man. My tip jar's got $100 in it. It's been up for 4 years. $100. Pay the boy. You know that meme with the guy? Exactly, Tuck. If I knew the numbers of the lottery, right? I fucking went, oh, if I knew that the dealer was going to have 21, I would have fucking not, split my fucking cards. If I knew it was this, you don't know. You don't know. Okay? So, let's quickly go through the charts. So Bitcoin is still just kind of going sideways. I don't think anything has changed in terms of my analysis. This could absolutely turn up from here, but I'm very happy with the hedge that I got in, hedging some of my spot exposure from much lower prices. I'm long from down here. So I don't give a fuck. Price can do this. I still wouldn't fucking sell, right? Like we would have to lose all of these lows and start closing probably back within this range for me to, start closing back below there for me to start getting worried. I have no interest, no interest in selling my spot yet. Now, where do we go from here? Do we make a fresh high or not? I don't know. But when we have a clean short setup, this is the 12-hour time frame. To me, I'll take this every day because at worst, right? We come up here, and I get stopped out and I lose a bit of money. My entry's here, my stop's here. I lose a tiny bit of money. But at best, maybe we trade down here. Well, now I've saved myself having to give back, this much of a move in spot. Okay. And then I can buy back. I can do whatever. So the kind of high time frame scenarios that I'm looking at on Bitcoin are pretty straightforward. We are either going to break out of here and finally leg up to 48. So that's kind of the next draw on price for me, is up here. So the question is, do we get a large pullback, or are we just going to, consolidate here and then go up? Now, to me, the healthiest thing would be a range, right? Maybe that range is between here and here, right? And we get some sort of move down here and then back up, because in this scenario, we would have a lot more of those, like those altcoins that I shared with you. We would have a lot more time for that kind of shit to go down. If we get kind of a big range on Bitcoin, right? Because if Bitcoin is just going to continue to storm to all-time highs, then I don't know, if you look at the last cycle, right? When Bitcoin finally broke 20K, right? Yeah, we still, went up way higher than that. We did a 3x. But the bull run, was well underway. We were well into it already. And it was actually it was kind of the latter half of the bull run, to be honest with you. You got to remember, we've been going up already for an entire year, right? But the more parabolic and the faster Bitcoin goes up, to me, likely signifies that the bull run is closer to over than it is to the start. And I would like the bull run to last a lot longer and not just be, we're going to make an all-time high in Q1, and then Q2, Q3, it's already fucking done. But maybe that's the case. Maybe it's already a year in and we don't have that much time. So I would much rather see price go sideways here or have some sort of significant correction before ascending higher. But the next draw on target to the upside is 48K. We're going to trade there, right? The question that we need to determine is, are we going to trade there from this consolidation, or do we get a wipeout? I have no long trigger here. Now, if we come back down and maybe retest this, right, or sweep this low, I might get in a long. But I cannot long right where we are right now. I just don't have a setup. I would absolutely long the range low here, or a sweep of the range low. I would love something like that. An amazing situation, I think, for pre-ETF would be a big washout, because it seems like the ETF is almost a certainty at this point, based on what I'm reading from relatively reliable sources. If that's the case, I would love, a move below 40, maybe even to the mid to high 30s, wash out a bunch of longs for the ETF, and then we get the next leg up to 48K. That would be a much healthier move, in my opinion, instead of just this kind of consistent grind up and volatility straight up. But who knows, right? So I don't really have a long setup here. If I were to long Bitcoin, I would need to see it either, move down lower here, okay, or get some sort of breakout, and I can maybe get a breakout trade here, or shut up breakout prop, or a move down into kind of the range lows. But otherwise, I don't have a long setup here. I'm just going to chill and wait out. And to my comments at the start of the video, I'm much more interested in taking a leverage trade on an altcoin. Like, to me, looking at a coin like this, I'm much more interested in seeing if there's a long from, here to here, because this is a much bigger move, much more volatile asset right now. So I'm more interested in looking at altcoins if you're trying a long or you're trying to get in trades, whether they be long or shorts. I think altcoins are the place to be right now, as opposed to Bitcoin. Let Bitcoin do its thing. Now, if Bitcoin shits the bed, guess what? Alts are going to shit the bed. But then you want to go find those altcoins that were super reflexive here, and those are going to be the ones that you want to bid on the pullback, right? But for now, I'm going to chill. We're still being capped by this area here. We had a little 12-hour SFP here, but wouldn't really worry about it too much, to be honest with you. I still think we end up trading higher. But again, yeah, if I can get long, it's got to be below these lows or near these lows or down here. I can't long right here. I don't have a setup. Where's the risk reward? Where's the stop go? Like if you were to long here, where's your stop here? So I guess you could take that. It's not the prettiest trade, but it's viable. But I would prefer to get a little bit closer to where my invalidation is, or I'd like to see some sort of, significant pullback. But I'm not really interested in, taking a long on Bitcoin here. There was a good long that played out, I think, last night. I think here, right? You got a breaker right here. So that's a pretty clean long right there. But I didn't take that. I was flying home. No sponsor for this stream, bro. I'm no longer working with Prime XPT, guys. 2 years together. 2 years. They treated me well, but the relationship is over on my accord, actually. Yeah, they got like a new CFO or something, and we had disagreements. They wanted to change my payments drastically, so I told them to kick rocks, basically. So I'm on the hunt for a new stream sponsor. If you guys have any takers. Someone's got to pay the editor. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin, I think pretty straightforward plan there, guys. I'm just chilling for now. I would long lower, right? Like I would probably take a long here. Like something like this. I think I would punt because this is a really good risk reward. All right, like that is a long I would take. But right here where it is, I don't like it. I'd either take a long here or some sort of swipe out of these lows or some sort of move to the range lows. Okay. So let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, is just perpetually trash so far. Now we've got this weekly. So it was the same trade, right? We have the 12-hour move. Here's your sweep and breaker. Came right up into it, rejected. But for now, right, as much as it looks like shit and everyone wants to hate on Ethereum, we have a breakout of this entire consolidation, right? So massive breakout here. And we have a weekly order block and we have a weekly market structure break. So I'm still bullish on Ethereum. I'm not selling my spot. Are other coins going to outperform it and do better? Like, yes, we've seen that already. But my spot holdings are large enough where, if I get a 30% move, it's a significant amount of money. So I still just see this as support, right? We have our weekly lows here, Maybe we run these lows. I don't know. But this is weekly demand. So I'm not really interested in selling into this unless we get some sort of crazy, negative news or something like that. So with how certain it seems, that the ETF is like a sure thing, right? It not getting approved, I think, would be a major black swan. I also think that there is a chance, that a large part of this ETF approval has been priced in already. Doesn't mean we can't go higher on, an ETF approval, and we likely would. But, we're up 100, and 50% from the lows. We're up massively already just this year in 2024, or 2023, excuse me. So there is an aspect of that has to be considered. But, looking at Ethereum, I don't see any reason to freak out yet. If we start looking really ugly, then things change, right? And I'm still bullish into this weekly order block. It can come down further into this zone. Now the 12-hour, the range on the 12-hour, has broken down. Here was your range. Okay, we've made a bearish market structure shift. That's a lower high. Okay, so you now have a bearish range here on the H12 from this high to this low. So, some sort of sweep here, again, would probably be a long. So this would be last week's low, and this would be the prior week's low. So you have 2 weeks of lows there. So, maybe a sweep of this would be a long trigger. But again, above here, this gray box, this is weekly demand. This is a weekly OB. I'm not going to just get bearish. Still think it looks okay high time frame. Like, yeah, okay, that monthly candle's kind of meh. As long as we don't really close this as a huge SFP, we're retesting this demand on the weekly, and I'm not going to get bearish into that. So you look at FBTC, we have altcoins going absolutely bonkers. So many things pumping. Like if you look at Inge BTC, right? What coin do you think you want to be longing if you have to pick one of these two? Right? Like it's pretty obvious. So this thing's still been getting smoked. We're dangerously close to this low. And then we have this high time frame demand down here. I don't know when this thing bottoms. Does it happen with a big kind of candle to the downside that gets bought up quickly? Perhaps. But it hasn't bottomed yet. It still looks very, very fucking weak relative to Bitcoin. And, Ethereum is just getting smoked relative to everything. So you got to keep that in mind as well. But this will get a bounce at some point. But you do have to be aware. If we lose this low and get like a market structure close below here, this could dump another 10 to 20%. No problem. So keep that in mind. But I still think Ethereum BTC or Ethereum USD looks fine high time frame. But there's absolutely way better markets to be playing and way better places to put your money right now than Ethereum BTC. And this thing can bounce and have a huge bounce, and it's still going to be outperformed. It's still been underperforming, virtually everything for the past, year and a half, right? This is August of last year, okay? And it's down 40% versus Bitcoin. Another thing that's, crazy is, and this is a trade that I shared in Telegram and Discord. I mean, holy shit, shared this in the Haven as well. This was just a weekly order block. I put this level here. I said, this is big support. And I had people go, oh, your box is too big. right? That's way too big of a box. I don't know, blah, blah. It literally has gone up only ever since I put that level there. But yeah, we're at all-time highs on equities. All-time high, all-time high. I'm pretty sure some of the SPX charts are already past all-time high, maybe not. So maybe the S&P is the only one that's not at all-time high yet, but we're literally at all-time high prices on the indices. You know, Bitcoin is at 40K. Ethereum's over 2,000. Where are the macro doomers? Right? Where are all those people that told you that this is going to be the greatest recession we've ever had? It's fucking over. Blah, blah, blah. Where are they? Because they were so cocky and they were so loud when we were trading down here. But now equities, all-time highs. Altcoins, some of them are at all-time highs. Gold made an all-time high. Bitcoin is at 40,000. Ethereum's over 2K. So tough time being a macro boom bear over the last year and a half, 2 years. You've been getting smoked. Now, could we nuke? Could equities crash? Could we go into a recession? Of course. But it's kind of the capo argument. It's like, even if we go down now, you were so wrong for so long, it would be insane to try and collect any form of clout because you weren't even close to being right. You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying, like, you think a team is going to win the Super Bowl and they win it 5 years from now and you go, I fucking told you. It's like, yeah, but you were wrong for the last 4 years. You didn't tell me shit. So I would hope, right, that the fact that the equity markets, the indices are so strong. So I closed this early. I didn't catch any of this last leg. I closed this up here, and then I took, as you guys know, another long in here. So I closed this here, took another long in here, closed it for a loss, and then it just continued to rip. Painful. But I'm hoping that, obvious strength here that we're seeing on equities is just going to translate to, continued bullish prices for crypto. But, equities have been smoking it, right? They're up huge. I mean, just in the last year, right? Where's the low for 2023 here? I mean, we've got a 25% rally on the S&P in the last year. And just in the last few months, we're up 16%. Like, that's insane for the TradFi world. So, maybe the recession is coming, but we've made new all-time highs already. So if you were calling for a recession over the last year, like, you were just wrong. It doesn't matter. Like, we could literally go like this, and anyone calling being like, I fucking told you. It's like, dude, you missed, a year and a half long uptrend that made a new all-time high. Like, you didn't call shit. But they will call it. They will. Those bears, when we eventually do get a big correction, they'll come out of the woodwork. They'll come out of their little hidey hole caves, and they'll be like, I fucking told you. What I tell you, shit was gonna go down. And it's like, okay, but you're just as important as calling the direction of price is the timing, right? You can say that, like, it's like, Peter Schiff, Bitcoin goes down, he comes out of the woodwork. It's like, yeah, but bro, it's up 150% this year and it dumped 10%. You're acting like it's a victory lap for bears. You know what I mean? Just funny. Chart looks like this. And then it does this and he goes, ha ha, fuck you, Bitcoin. It's like, dude, look at where we were just a year ago. And that's why, like, why I say for Capo, he'll never be right. Like, he'll never be right because he's been calling for new lows since 16K. We're at 42. Doesn't matter if we go to 12K. I don't care. He's wrong. And he was not even close to being right. Not to mention he was calling for 500K when we were at 50K. Goofy. Sorry, my energy is not as hype and high as it usually is. I'm fucking exhausted. All right, so that covers those. I mean, dollar, I don't have, really a ton to say here. We, ran the range high, ran the range low, then we ran the range high. It looks like it wants to go back to the range low now. If I had to guess based on the weekly chart, looking at the 12-hour chart, this is bearish. So maybe we get a pump. Maybe we get some sort of up move, but this is a bearish price leg still. So I do think dollar probably trades down to here. Like I probably think maybe we get something like this. And then if we're going to get a correction on Bitcoin and equities, it probably comes with a, significant bounce on the dollar, because if you look at the dollar on the weekly, this is quite the large down move. And where did the top happen on Bitcoin? Where did that top happen? Happened on this move up. So maybe we get another, leg down here, and then we bounce back up to this mid-range, and then this gives you that, decent BTC correction and that decent equities correction. Because, the stock chart is crazy. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're working on 8 green weekly candles in a row. It's not sustainable. It's going to correct at some point. Okay, so let's look at some altcoins that I like. I'll check the chat really quick here. 450 plus 40 on Twitch. Let's get some fucking likes going here, guys. 92 likes. We can do better than that. How about Rollbit? Rollbit doesn't want to sponsor me. I don't know why. I feel like I'd be a great influencer for them, but alas, not something within my control. If you work at Rollbit, or if you're close with the Rollbit owners, tell them to hit your boy up. He's open. Okay. Sup, Mayne? Referral from Virtual Bacon. Shout out. Can you overlay XLM on top of XRP and discuss your analysis with correlation? Found this few weeks ago and nobody can tell me anything. I feel like you're wasting your fucking time because both those coins suck. But sure. Like, again, look at all the altcoins that I've talked about so far, right? That have gone up so much. Why trade this? Why trade this? Why trade either of these? So maybe you're noticing that these trade very similarly, right? When one goes up, the other goes up. Maybe one goes up right before the other goes up. But what you should probably also notice is that both of these have underperformed fucking everything. I'm pretty sure it's even underperforming Ethereum. So Ethereum, which is the heaviest object in the known universe outside of your mother at this point, it's a literal fucking stone sinking to the bottom of the ocean. It's still not as bad as Ripple. Terrible, right? So I'm sure maybe you found some sort of thing where you say, hey, I know this is going to pump based on this. Sure, great. You might have found some edge, but there is so many charts, so many coins that are so much better to trade, more volatile, more opportunities. They're more bullish structurally. They're going to give you an opportunity to actually make money on the long side than these two fucking coins. Now, if you love to trade XRP and you love to trade XLM, by all means, fucking go for it. But there's a bazillion coins, right? If your coin's not even outperforming Ethereum right now, you've got some problems. Bro, that microphone is designed to be pointed at you, but it has a 360 setting. Is it not sound good? Am I still fucking it up? Oh, Dr. Fresh is the GOAT, bro. Why are you putting your money in ETH? I have my money in a lot of different things, right? My core portfolio is Bitcoin and Ethereum. It just is. I've been around for a long time. I have enough money where I make plenty when those go up. I'm a boomer though, right? Like if you, and I've said this before, if you have a, less than 6-figure portfolio, buying spot Ethereum or Bitcoin is not going to make you rich. You need to be trading lower cap coins. I'm not saying they got to be micro caps, but you need to be trading coins and being in spot altcoins that have the potential to do a 10 to 20 to 30x plus, right? Because if you want to become a millionaire and you got 100 grand and you put it all in Ethereum, right? Ethereum's got to go to $20,000 for you to become a millionaire. What's more likely, Ethereum going to 20,000 or Solana going to 700? I'd probably venture to say Solana to 700, or something like OXO to $1, or fucking TIA to $100, say to $3. Those all seem much more likely than Ethereum to 20,000, right? But they might not. They might not survive. You don't know yet, right? So there's comfort in knowing that regardless of whether or not Ethereum outperforms everything, right? I do know, I'm pretty confident that Ethereum's not going anywhere. Mayne with hat. Yes. Mayne with hat. I posted all my top stock picks, guys. I posted all of these in Telegram and all of these on Twitter, just straight up for you. This up 50%. Robinhood 60%. Coin, we're over a 2x. Over a 2x. It won't fucking draw the thing, but we're over 2x. 125%. Basically at 100% here as well. I got in around fucking 9. 80%. So these were the ones, I posted them all. I gave you all the setups, right? Riven, this is a monthly breaker play. Clearly, we longed basically the low of the higher low. Hood, weekly play. We had an SFP and a breaker. I just started longing it. Coin, same thing, monthly breaker. Riot, same thing, monthly SFP, weekly fair value gap, weekly SFP. So I laid all of these out. They've all fucking crushed. Just because Capo was wrong with his bearish thesis 1 year ago doesn't mean we should get complacent at the tops now. Are you saying we're at the top? Like, do you know for sure? We don't fucking know. And I'm not complacent, bro. I'm making money. I don't know about you. Ain't nothing complacent about my gains, brother. There seems to be a narrative that we get an ETF approval this week. We pump, then an ETF sell-off a few days later or week, and we dump. See how we go. Okay, maybe. New coin, new narrative, greater an old coin, old narrative. Exactly. New shiny toys, guys. New shiny toys. There's overhead supply on all of these old fucking coins. I say this all the time. Why are you trading ETC when you can be trading something that doesn't exist, right? Because every time that this goes up, there's people who own this coin from years ago begging to get out. It doesn't mean it can't go up. It doesn't mean that XRP can't go up. It absolutely can. Absolutely, XRP can go up. But XRP has not made a new all-time high since 2018. Doesn't mean it still can't. Maybe it can. But I think the best days of this coin are already behind it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it goes and makes a new all-time high now. I don't know. But there's people who have owned XRP since 2018 and they're still underwater. Okay? If you bought Bitcoin in 2018, you are in profit like at least 2x right now. If you bought Ethereum in 2018, at any point, even at the highest point in 2018, it was still only $1,400. You're still up right now. XRP, there's people who have it from 2018 who are underwater still. So why would you still trade it, right? So many better coins out there. Cardano's another one. Price predictions on Cardano. Why would you trade this coin, right? When there's, I mean, this looks better than XRP. I'll give it that. Okay. This looks better than XRP. But keep in mind, there's people that have owned this coin for the last 2 years that are begging to get out at break even or just at less of a loss than they are right now. Now, I'm not saying that this can't go up. This absolutely can go up. This looks exponentially better than XRP. Exponentially. But again, I still think that new coins that weren't around last cycle and made, already had a massive pump are just a way better place to focus because there's new narratives. There's unbroken promises. So many of these coins that existed in previous cycles promised to do all this shit and then delivered on none of it, right? But Cardano, listen, it's up a bunch. It's up crazy, actually. Like this is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 green weeklies in a row it had. This is a pretty key monthly level here that I'd probably want to see it hold on any sort of retest. So it can trade a little lower, but I'd want to kind of see it hold around, I would say probably around 50 cents is probably a pretty good barometer for the strength on this thing, is holding around that 50-cent zone. We do have a very nice 12-hour range here. So, if you want to long this thing, maybe we get a sweep of this low and then a reclaim, and that would be a long. But there's better coins out there, in my opinion. I showed you a bunch of them, like so much more volatile, no overhead supply, right? Like the only people that are underwater on TIA, bought it in the last couple of days, not the last couple of years. Inge is a bit of a different story because I believe, yeah, oh my God, imagine if I would have bought that there. Fucking cool. Inge had a market cycle before, and now it's making a fresh all-time high. So it doesn't mean that coins that rallied in the past can't rally again. They can, but you're usually better off focusing on new coins than you are focusing on old ones. As a rule of thumb, it's not always the case. There's nothing that is 100% certainty in crypto. Mayne, can you talk about a TP strategy with your stock picks? I mean, these are all super high time frame trades. So I'm not really looking to TP them. We have equities making new all-time highs, and these are, I caught the bottom on like monthly and weekly setups. So I'm probably just going to chill in those for a little while. Cardano doesn't have a hat, therefore bearish. Exactly. Fucking exactly. This guy gets it. I don't look at total market cap and any of that shit. So funny. So many people are like looking at all sorts of crazy charts. Like, okay, this is breaking out, right, of a range. Is that the consensus here? It's breaking out. So that means everything's going to continue to go up. Maybe. I don't know. I like to look at the chart that I'm trading and then I make my decisions based on that as opposed to anything else. If I use the IMG indicator, I made it. What are you talking about? Can you look at Mara similar to Riot? Yeah, I mean, it's up a bunch, right? Making a brand new high. I don't know. Looks super bullish. This is the monthly chart. You have a low, a high, a higher low. And if this month closes above here, you have a higher high. So probably look to buy a higher low. Okay, shut up, bro. So it looks really bullish to me. Any Twitter accounts to follow me, motherfucker? What kind of question is that? Who comes to my stream and asks me what people to follow that aren't me? Did you read the hat? Have you read the hat? You read the hat. Come on now. Thoughts on Pith being a huge piece of shit. Well, I got fucking I had like a little punter account going. I put like 20K in account and I was gonna try and run it up. And I longed Pith. I longed it. Wow. Holy shit, this thing's getting smoked. Yeah, I don't know what this does. Someone said it's kind of like Chainlink. I don't know. But I longed it. I longed it like here. And my stop was here. And it had this fucking like 30% wick. And I got stopped out. And then it went to my target. So I never looked at it since then. But yeah, it's getting fucking crushed. But yeah, I don't know what it does. Maybe it's better than Chainlink, but the chart looks like shit, right? Like, look at what coins are up. This coin's down 20% in the last few days. Airdrop, pump and dump. Okay, sure. FTM. Again, another coin that like I feel like is stupid. But maybe it goes up. Again, right? Look at this chart. Okay. It does not mean that this can't go up. This absolutely can go up. But this very well could do one of these, right? Like it could go up, but never make a new all-time high. Doesn't mean you can't make money from here to here. You absolutely can, but just keep in mind there's a bunch of overhead supply here. What did FTM say they were going to do when they launched and pumped all the way to 350? Did any of that get accomplished? Has the fundamentals of the coin changed at all? Or do you think it's more likely that people are disappointed and are bag holding this and just praying that it fucking goes up because they bought it 10x higher than where it is now? Right? I don't know what FTM does. What's a good example of this? I think maybe IOTA. What's going to have the oldest chart? Bitfinex for sure. Like this. This is what I mean. So this is just like FTM. So IOTA had a pump last bull market. It went up a bunch. Went up almost 10x, right? But it still made a lower high relative to the previous bull market. So what you're going to see with a lot of these older altcoins is, yeah, maybe they go up, right? But they never make a new all-time high. Like this is not going to make a new all-time high ever again. So I'm not saying you can't make money trading FTM or IOTA or fucking Ethereum Classic or LTC, right? You absolutely can make money trading this. But is it going to make a new all-time high relative to here? Barely made a new all-time high. Doesn't mean it didn't go up. It went up a lot, 600-700%. But you're allocating your money in something that is likely going to underperform new coins. We have very clear narratives in terms of AI, in terms of gaming, right? For this next cycle. Why would you be putting your money in a place where you know it's highly probable that you're going to underperform the rest of the market? Just doesn't seem to make sense to me. I disagree with ETH being the IOTA of this cycle. ETH has made an all-time high every time. Every cycle, ETH has made an all-time high. And every cycle, Ethereum has made a bigger move from bottom to top than Bitcoin has. Now, is Ethereum going to outperform Solana or Inge or Tia? I don't know. But I'm pretty confident that Ethereum is not going anywhere because it's a chain that people actually use. And it's also kind of the silver to Bitcoin's gold. So I'm a lot more confident in an Ethereum all-time high than I am in a fucking FTM all-time high. Also, keep in mind, Ethereum is up, 100 and it went up 130% on the year. Bitcoin went up 170%. So it's not that much, and Ethereum hasn't really broken out yet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does fucking die off. I don't know. But I'm more confident in Ethereum based on what it's done every previous cycle than I am confident in something like FTM or some other fucking old cycle bullshit. Brokies just like to hate on ETH because they don't like gas fees. Listen, I am 100% with you where if you are trying to be an on-chain degen and you're in and out of plays, Solana seems to be a way better place to fucking trade because it's way faster and the gas is way cheaper. 100%. Go for it, dude. I think that's very smart and probably a better use of your money. Listen, I own a ton of Ethereum. I'm very confident that I'm going to be able to sell my Ethereum at some point in the next 6 to fucking 18 months for double what it's at right now, at least. Will I be right? I don't know, but I'll live with the fucking result. Man, how do you know which ones will pump? So many solid new projects which barely move so far versus Inge, Tia. Yeah, bro. If I knew what coins was gonna pump next every time, I wouldn't be fucking live streaming, would I? I'd be on a yacht off the fucking coast somewhere in Europe. and I'd be buying lottery tickets. Right? You got to do research, join Discords, Telegrams, follow certain people on Twitter, stay up to date on what's going on, finding out what are the new coins. Are they doing something useful, revolutionary? Are there users, right? That's up to you to figure out. Or you can be a dumb donkey like me and just fucking buy coins because the chart looks good. Right? But the narrative and people getting behind these things and using them definitely helps in its ability to pump. Have I bought dog with hat? No, I have not. I've not bought any of the fucking. I didn't buy bonk. I didn't buy fucking cat in the hat. I didn't buy fucking poop hat. I didn't buy fucking pee pee hat. I missed out on so many fucking. And again, I could sit here and cry about so many of these fucking altcoins that I charted way fucking lower than where they are now. Like, look at WorldCoin. Oh, look. I was saying, hey, this looks pretty good down here. Went up 100%. I didn't buy a fucking penny. I was charting this down at 28 cents. It's now up 2x. Fucking CAS kills me. I charted this one on one of my fucking streams, like way down here. And went up fucking 3x. Like, I didn't buy any of those. And then Bonk, obviously, and fucking Dog with Hat or whatever they are. I don't even know if they show up on here. Some are up thousands of percents. I didn't get in any of them. Zero. None. Now, have I not made money on shitcoins? Of course. I've traded some shitcoins I've done well with. But I don't personally share any shitcoins on my main channel, really. Like anything that's like really small. I'm not shitting on people who are trading, posting certain things. But I've got almost 400,000 followers. So if I'm going to shill a coin that has, a $10 million market cap, that's kind of nuts, in my opinion. And like some of these people, right? I'm not going to name names, but you know who they are. They're shilling coins that got sub $1 million market cap. They have hundreds of thousands of followers. That's crazy to me. I'm not the fucking police. My moral barometer does not make me better or worse than someone else, right? Everyone has their level of comfortability with what they are willing to share to their audience. But I think it's ignorant to think that someone with a large following can't get a coin to pump, right? All they got to do is buy it, hype it up, and then fucking talk about it on Twitter, get people going, and you're instantly 2x, 3x, whatever you fucking put into it. Like immediately. So that's just not something I really interested in doing. I want the coin to be at least, So I've talked about Say, right? I've talked about Say. I dropped this in Telegram. I posted this in Telegram at the end of November. It's up 70%. I said, this is a big bag of mine. I know some really smart people that are in this coin and are super bullish on it. So I bought some and I let you guys know. But it's got, a $90 million market cap. I didn't post it on Twitter. But I'm at that point, that coin's pretty fucking liquid. And I don't think I'm moving the price by posting about it, right? OXO is another one I shared. I'm bullish on this coin. There's some very smart people that I know that are bullish on it. I bought myself a bag. I said, hey, do your own research. I also said I'm in from cheaper than where you guys would be buying now. This thing has over 100 million market cap. I don't think I'm moving this coin. But to tweet out something that's got a fucking sub $10 million market cap, 5 million, fucking sub 1 million, to me, I don't feel good about that, because there's a legit chance that people will blindly buy it and it will go up, and then it's not something I'm interested in doing. Ansem shilling 50K. That's kind of his brand, right? Like, he's been shilling these coins. Like, it's not like he's all of a sudden become a big account and now he's shilling microcaps. Like, that's been who he is. He's in the trenches. He's shilling coins, but he's got 150,000 followers now. I don't think he has to change how he trades or what he does because people decide to follow him. And if someone buys something because he tweets it, that person's an idiot. But that's for him to decide what he wants to do. It's his fucking account. I'm not here to tell him what's right and what's wrong. I'm just saying what I don't want to do. What someone else wants to do or they feel comfortable with, that's up to them. I'm my own person, so I'll do what I'm comfortable with. Trust me, there's times where I'm like, fuck, I want to tweet out the shitcoin plays that I'm in. I just don't feel like it's a good look for me. It's not really my brand, right? If I started shilling 100K fucking market cap altcoins, everyone would be like, what the fuck happened to Mayne, right? Ansem's been doing this his entire Twitter career. He's an on-chain guy. He's finding those fucking coins. Like, that's what he does. That's not really my edge, my thing. Anyways. All right, guys. So I hope that video had some value for you. I think it was pretty good. You want to know some altcoins I like? I like these ones. That's why they're on this list here. These are my TradFi plays that I'm in. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Gave you my game plan for each. Mollycoin, Bitlord can suck it. He's like, I just said, like, I was just making a comment. I'm like, oh, fucking, you send your ETH to Ben.eth or Bitlord, and now that ETH is worth more. And he goes, are you poor? Let's follow up after launch. And then he launched, and the coin went down like 80%. And then I followed up with him because he told me to, and he got all fucking pissy. It's like, relax, bro. I understand you're short. Just chill out. But I don't care. Maybe his coin goes up. But Bitlord's been here since like 2000, as long as me, 2013. And he's launching a coin and he raised $6 million. To me, it's just comical. And I don't even blame him. All the people who sent him money are the idiots. The money is probably better off with him than it is with the people who sent it to him. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna end the video there. Time for some dinner. Chat y'all soon, and I'll be back. Maybe midweek with another video. But I'm headed to Florida for the holidays, so prepare for maybe some more volatility. But I need some sun. I need some nice weather, so I'm getting out of shitty, rainy Canada.